which talks about considering a human, the Nayika as a human and the hero as a god. So it talks about how the Nayika earns to attain the god, which indirectly describes how a human wants to attain, that is the Jivatma, wants to attain the Paramatma. Philosophically, if you think about this, everybody wants to just get aligned with themselves. The external us is searching for the internal. And this Bharatanatyam acts as a tool for the journey towards the inside. It is rooted in spiritual and devotion. It creates a deep sense and deep connection with the dancer and her emotions. So therefore, it is a therapy for both the mind and the soul. And it is a medium of expression of the soul through the body. So, as Bharatanatyam helps in expressing through non-verbal communication, it helps a lot for people suffering from anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorders. Next is the social aspect of Bharatanatyam. So, as a dancer, you get acknowledged or you get a sense of belonging in a community. And this is very important nowadays. So as you have a sense of belonging to a community, self-confidence and a strong sense of self-image is being built. Next slide. I have been teaching for the past 5 years and I have conducted a lot of workshops in and around in India and also at Palla. And through this, the dancer uses this catharsis method to vent out her emotions. So, Pada.
தந்தி நேரத்திலே நீராடும் கரை தன்னிலே நெருங்கி உம்மை ஜாடை காட்டி அழைத்தவள் யாரோ சுவாமி நேரத்திலே காட்டி அழைத்தவள் யாரோ சுவாமி சொல்லி நேரத்திலே நீராடுங்கதை நெருங்கி உம்மை சாடை காட்டி அழைத்தவள் யாரோ சுவாமி சொல்லி நேரத்திலே நெருங்கி உம்மை நாளை காட்டி அழைத்தவள் யாரோ சாமி சொல்லி நேரத்திலே நீராடும் கரைகளிலே நெருங்கி உம்மை யாடை காட்டி அழைத்தவள் யாரோ சுவாமி வெற்றி மானமை நீங்களும் சுவாமி நிற்கையிலே சுவாமி நிற்கையிலே சோகையிலே பகத்திலே சுவாமி ஸ்வந்தம் போட்டே முத்து முத்தாய் சரசராய் முகமதனே கண்ணம் கண்டோ மாதமுண்டு மன்னபாபு கண்ணம் கண்டோ மாதமுண்டு மனோமையா வானுமையா தோழையே தீபூமே
So in this pattern, you can see a Madhura Bhakti theme. But how I perceive it in a philosophical sense is that it is two eyes that is talking. And imagine it is just we talking to ourselves. Why do you prioritize yourself? Why do you prioritize someone else over you? And when you do that, you become more anxious, more angry, more jealous, and all these negative emotions come in. You remember those times when it was just the two of us. It was so happy. So why don't you come back and let's be together like that? So these are how a layered physical, philosophical meanings are in the pieces in Bharatanatyam. therapy in rhythm, and a story of healing that is passed down from generations. The body moves, but it is the soul that dances. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie. Next, I would like to call upon Ananta Niyogi, who is a research scholar in Pondicherry University. Title of her paper is Sculpting Movement, a choreographic study of Ratan Thiam's theatre. Welcome, Anandita. Good day, everyone. This is a joint paper written by me and Dr. Pavitra, Assistant Professor, Department of Performing Arts, Pondicherry Central University. The title of this paper is Sculpting Movement, a choreographic study of Ratan Thiam's theatre. Movement is an essential element of theatrical expression, shaping the rhythm, mood, and narrative of a performance. In contemporary Indian theatre, Ratan Thiam, who is well known for his integration of dance in the productions, stands out by combining the action and the sequence of events in the narratives. He transforms the concept of choreography in Indian theatre into one that is not secondary but fundamentally primary. Movement is no longer treated as an adjunct but a vital and integral part of the drama presentations, making it possible for his production to be astonishingly graphic and picturesque. This paper, examining central works like Chakraguha, Karnavaram, and Uttar Priyadarshi, enable an attempt at appreciating how Thiam choreographs movements to express the thematic of war, fate, psychological conflict, and transcendence. Objectives of the studies are evaluate the choreographic features of Ratan Thiam's theatre in relation to his storytelling, assess the impact of traditional Manipuri folk dance like Thangta, Pungchalam, Rash on his theatrical gestures vocabulary, analyzes the role of gesture as visual and metaphorical sign in Thiam's productions. The role of choreography in Ratan Thiam's theatre. Quite appealing in the context of Manipuri traditions is the work of Ratan Thiam, who does not seem to need any introduction as one of the contemporary Indian theatre pillars. He considers choreography as an active agent that organizes character, feeling, and space. He has movement, gesture, and space related to sound integrated into a holistic form of style. Therefore, choreography to him is not simply the art of dance, it is an integral part of dramaturgy. Movement within the context of Thiam's theatre is not an add-on, but one of the basic components of expressive communication. Drama's key tool, which captures tensions, conveys meaning, and engages the audience multidimensionally. Drawing from traditional Manipuri dance forms, martial art, and stylized physical movement characterizing elements of some classical Asian theatre forms, he has a personal style of choreography, which he applies as a part of his storytelling. His actors have prescribed movements that are linked to their roles, besides determining the beat and the speed of the artistic rendition of the work. The movement is ordered, but it has some freedom in his place. This also reveals person's psychological social order. Works such as Chakraguha, Uttar Priyadarshi showcase Ratan Thiam's talents in choreographic fusion. In Chakraguha, he takes the complexity of the battle scene and transforms it into the balletic dance of war that involves the martial artistry of corpuscle geometry shaped conflict and destiny. Likewise, in Uttar Priyadarshi, the choreography, which is in contradiction to the slow path of the play, is slow and ritualistic because it conveys the theme of awakening of the spirit. The discipline with which his performers traverse the space, which is frequently in controlled crowds, becomes choreography of movement that tells the power of his narration. Moreover, Thiam's choreography is not limited to a particular act, but rather encompasses the whole scene of his productions. His designs of the stages make use of simultaneous movements of large groups to create a powerful visual motif rhythm. The harmony of the moving bodies creates a cultural memory, historical consciousness, and questions of metaphysics on which the audience reflects. In Thiam's theatre, regardless of the movement being a representation of conflict, contemplation, ritualistic functions, or anything else, it transports the audiences to a realm of limitless imagination, thereby turning his production transition during the fighting. The sound created by a clash of cymbals, along with rapid body movement, is both pleasant and delightful, as it adds more feeling to Abhimanyu's emotional problem. This form of dance makes the visual of the scenes so real that one is able to completely lose oneself in them, which is why Ratan Thiam chose to use this form. Movement, rhythm, and language in Chakrabuko are bound together with the assistance of choreographed storytelling, which reveals the nature of theatre. Thiam depicts Karnavaram, a tragic predicament, through an imaginative use of Uncholam, a traditional Manipuri dramatic drumming dance. The climax scene of the battle turns into a multidimensional riot of sound and color, in which the chariot drivers, who are also drummers, imitated with their feet the motion of a horse. The Manipuri drum player in a beat that imitated the galloping horses of the chariot, creating an interchangeable reality that immersed the audience into the chaos of the battle. The stylized movement of the drummers, along with their seamless changes of rhythms, raises the dramatic tension of the scene. Karna's psychological detachment and his looming disaster are accentuated by the interspersed dialogue and soundscape, which is choreographed to rhythm. Dance and percussion combine to turn the battle from a literal clash of bodies into a profound reflection on destiny. Thiam's merging of traditional with contemporary storytelling is best captured in Karnavaram, where rhythm and motion are in constant state of interplay. The conclusion. Theatrical practices and contemporary influences blend into a coherent vision of Thiam. His production implements extensively guided martial arts choreography, intricate kinetic lithography, and ritualistic dance. Each of these elements mastered with the intention of building upon the emotional and thematic layers of the play. The integration of such components deem his work relevant to any audience regardless of cultural or linguistic differences. In addition, by using movement to express emotions and thoughts, it allows the performer to communicate directly with the audience without the need for words. This enables the audience to appreciate the non-verbal performance art of a performer as much they would appreciate the art that requires a performer to vocalize. The formation of this interdependent part serves to enhance the pleasure of the audience as they appreciate the art from every angle. It thus guides them into a blend of all the different interpersonal narratives. Challenging the boundaries between dance and theatre reveals a method of inspiring contemporary theatre practitioners to regard movement as a powerful form of storytelling. Thiam enables them to expand the notion of theatrical enabling without blending the meaning of the concept to scenography while deftly crafting a perspective building tool. The proof lies in integrating movement at the center stage of defining drama. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anandita. Next, we have Bala Subramaniam. He is the graduate of Pondicherry University and an alumnus of National School of Drama, who is currently pursuing his research career in Pondicherry University, Department of Performing Arts. Welcome.
Hello, very good morning to one and all. My title is Illuminating the Stage, the interplay of culture, perception, collaboration, and psychology in stage lighting design. Stage lighting design is an interactive art that transcends illumination, shaping the audience perception and emotional engagement with a performance. This article delves into the multifaceted interplay of culture, perception, collaboration, and psychology in stage lighting design, exploring how these elements collectively create a powerful and immersive theatrical experience. Culture plays a pivot role in influencing lighting aesthetics and design choices. Traditional motifs, symbolic color schemes, and region-specific storytelling conventions often inform a designer's decision making lighting essential for preserving and interpreting cultural narratives on stage. Perception is another hand is central to how audiences interpret visual cues. Through strategic manipulation of light intensity, color temperature, and spatial positioning, lighting designers guide the audience focus, establish mood, and shape narrative transitions. Collaboration is another important component in stage lighting design. Designers work closely with directors, scenographers, choreographers to align visual storytelling with the broader creative vision. This collaborative dynamics ensure that lighting becomes an integrated element that complements set design, costume, and performances. Warm hues may evoke comfort or nostalgia, while stark contrast can create tension or unease. Understanding these psychological triggers enable designers to craft lighting schemes that resonate deeply with the audience subconscious, enhancing their overall experience. By examining the convergence of these dimensions, the article underscores the significance of stage lighting as both as a technical craft and a cultural practice. It heightens the evolving role of the lighting designer as not merely as a technician but as an essential storyteller to shape audience perception through a polished interplay of cultural symbolism, collaborative creativity, and psychological insight. Introduction. Stage lighting originated from early storytelling around fires, evolving from natural sunlight in ancient Greece to man-made light sources like oil lamps and candles. The Renaissance saw enclosed theaters traditional ancient theatre used natural lights, candles, oil lamps for symbolic effects, while European Renaissance theatre used torches and gaslight. Contemporary theatre adapts theatrical traditional methods with modern technology. Or thematic device. In many Asian traditions, red lighting symbolizes power or danger, while white light signifies purity. While in Indian performance tradition, colors and lights are deeply connected to characterization and moral symbolism. Western theatrical tradition use modern productions use computerized lighting for greater accuracy. Cross-cultural influence. Western productions draw inspiration from non-Western lighting aesthetics like Peter Brook's Mahabharata, integrating Indian theatrical lighting techniques. Contemporary Asian theatre incorporates Western innovation of LED color mixing, encouraging experimentation and innovation in diverse cultural aesthetics. Audience perception on lighting. Lighting shapes the audience's emotional and cognitive experience, working with sound, set design, and movement to create immersive environment. Lighting interacts with costumes, sound, set design to create a cohesive experience with shift enhancing the dramatic cues and thunderous sound effects. Cognitive science suggested that brain process visualize stimulus rapidly such as warm or color tones or bright or dim settings. Sound light synchronization testing could assess whether coordinating changes in lighting and sound intensity creates stronger emotional response. Collaborative practice in lighting design. Stage lighting requires coordination between director, scenographer, choreographer, sound design, performers, production. Color hues include blue, green, and purple tends to evoke isolation, detailing the lighting consistency in particularly vital in productions that demands deep emotional immersion, ensuring that transition between the scenes uphold a coherent psychological tone. Character or visuals, lighting as a narrative tool. Changes in color, intensity, and positioning can subtly signal shift in a character's mental state or moral conflicts. Lighting can also create a shadow or isolation, symbolizing psychological turmoil, alienation, or concealment truth. By exploiting brightness, angle, color saturation, lighting designers manifest a character's internal struggles, makes their journey more visceral and emotionally engaging for the audience. Behavioral research. Bright and direct lighting heightens a performance presence, whereas dim or fragmented lighting can encourage introspection. Psychological research suggested that actors believe more emotionally authentic performances when lighting aligns with their character emotional state. Carefully controlled changes in brightness and colors help sustain the audience focus without overwhelming their perception. Conclusion. Stage lighting design shapes audience perception and the emotional experience through cultural symbolism and psychological insights. Collaboration among creative professionals is essential for a harmonious and immersive performance. And the emergence of new technology expands the potential for interdisciplinary innovation. Further research is called for to explore how lighting affects performance dynamics, audience cognition, and emotional resonance. Thank you.
Thank you, Bala. Next, we have Muhammad Saddam Hussain, who is a research scholar from Pondicherry University, who originally belongs from Bangladesh. The title of the paper that he will be presenting is From Stage to Screen, the Evolution of Theatrical Productions into Films in Bangladesh. I welcome Saddam. Also, if any of the people present here have any questions, we can have 5 minutes of question and discussion session after each paper is presented.
Thank you, Pooh. A very good morning, one and all. The title of my paper is From Stage to Screen, the Evolution of Theatrical Productions into Films in Bangladesh. Introduction. The transformation of theatrical productions into films is a significant phenomenon in the cultural landscape of Bangladesh. Theatre has long served as a powerful medium for artistic expression and social commentary. With the advent of cinema, many iconic plays have found new life on the silver screen, reaching broader audiences and creating a lasting cultural impact. The adaptation of stage productions into films not only preserves the essence of theatrical storytelling, but also introduces it to viewers who may not have access to live theatre. Historically, the Bangladeshi theatre tradition has been deeply rooted in cultural narratives, drawing from both indigenous forms and Western theatrical influences. After the country's independence in 1971, theatre emerged as a platform for political discourse and social reflection. Directors and playwrights like Selim Al-Din and Abdullah Al-Mamun made substantial contributions to the development of modern Bangladeshi theatre. Their works, characterized by their socio-political themes and intricate character portrayals, laid a strong foundation for subsequent film adaptations. The process of adapting a theatrical production into a film involves reinterpreting the narrative to suit the cinematic medium. Unlike theatre, which relies on live performances and limited stage sittings,